Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have such a good leg and glute workout and all you're going to need is dumbbells. But first, just want to remind anyone watching that my 12-week breakthrough program is now out. The amount of you joining in, killing those workouts, and just supporting me is insane, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. So if you're ready to take your training to the next level and see some killer results, then join the breakthrough gang. Link is in the bio. Now, this workout is great for any of my shy peeps in the gym who want to be able to stay in one area of the gym but still get in a great lower body workout, or even if your gym is just super busy and you can't be bothered waiting around for equipment, this will definitely get the job done, I can tell you that. Now, I also know a lot of you are training from home, so the reps given in this workout are perfect if you have access to a variety of challenging dumbbells, just so that you can choose appropriate challenging weight for each exercise. But if you do only have access to one pair of dumbbells at home, feel free to adjust the reps so that you are challenging yourself enough with each set. Now, as you see, first up is a superset starting with sumo straddle pause squats. The pause we are implementing here for a great way to increase the intensity of the exercise and make it more challenging when all you have are dumbbells. Now you're doing 3 sets of 10 reps, and I like to get a real good pause in there. So aim for at least 1 to 2 seconds and then come back up. Obviously, if you have lighter dumbbells, maybe you'll want to hold the pause a little bit longer. Whatever you got to do, just make sure you get a really good solid pause at the bottom. Once you finish the straddle squats, you're going to get into kickstand RDLs. These are a single leg RDL, but with the support from the back leg. Great for eliminating that stability factor that can make true single leg RDLs quite tricky for a lot of people. And they also allow you to go a bit heavier too. Now, that back leg is there just for support, so make sure you keep the focus on that front working leg. The easiest way to set up for these is to stand up straight, slide that stability leg about a foot or so back and a little out to the side, and then slightly turn your foot out. Only your toes should be fully planted on the ground. So you'll need to mess around a little bit with your stance to find what works best for you and your body, but just start your setup like what I just said and you'll get it down fairly quickly. And you are doing 3 sets of 10 reps on each side.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's up.
Moving right along to the second superset, you will now do a quad bias squat, which is a heel elevated narrow stance squat for 3 sets of 12 reps. I love these and I use them all the time in my training. Now, if you're doing these at home, you can literally elevate your heels on any stable flat object that's 2 or so inches high. When gyms were closed last year, I used all sorts of stuff like textbooks. I even used a 9x9 baking dish, don't judge. This square furniture top storage thingy I had. There's just so many different things that you can discover that are just around your house that you can make use of when you're lacking on equipment. So just search around. And with those, you're then going to get into reverse lunges. You're going to make these glute bias. So that means we want a slight torso lean, a wide step back, and keep a vertical shin in that front leg as we go down. Now, I prefer to program just one side at a time rather than alternating, just so that you can really focus on good form and where you want to target without stability becoming an issue. So you do just want to go ahead and do your 12 reps on one side and then switch and do your 12 reps on the other.
Day, now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big tanks, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Whoa, whoa.
Next up is a glute bias step up, which looks really simple, but there are a lot of key factors that make this exercise effective, so I'm gonna do my best to break it down for any of you who do not yet perform these in your training. First, you will get a platform, step-up box, bench, couch if you're home, anything that is a height you're comfortable with using and can control yourself 100% throughout. I do also like to do them near something I can have my hand against just for a little confidence boost, because movements like these still psych me out just because of my knees, as most of you know who watch my videos. So now into the actual form, what you're going to do is have your foot planted on your platform so that a majority of the weight is in your heel the entire time. And we do this to further emphasize the backside taking on as much of the work as possible. You're also going to have a slight torso lean to also further emphasize the glutes. Once you're in position, you will use that front working leg, driving through that heel to bring you up, not the back foot. That back foot should be doing as little of work as possible. Once you have made it to the top, you will begin simultaneously slowly driving your glute down and back on your working side, so really focusing on that hip hinge. The goal is to go as slow as you can. The slower and more controlled as you move up and down, the better. And as far as the dumbbell, you can hold it on either side. I do usually prefer opposite holds, but I did both and I didn't feel a difference, so just hold it on whichever side feels best for you.
Don't do that, we the best coming out of BK, I thought you knew that. Step up in the function, all these women like who that, got me looking like money, yeah, they love me, yeah, true that. Big racks, new bag, new swag, we ain't cutting no slack, why they mad, don't do that. See them coming, no mask, 6 feet, move back, how we got it, don't ask, don't do that, nah, cause they ain't never put us on, now they wanna come around and see what's going on, nah, and we don't follow protocols, we some kings like sis.
And once you finish your 8 reps on each side with the step-ups, you will get down into triple contraction hip thrusts for 3 sets of 8 reps as well. So you will first do your standard hip thrust, but then you're only gonna come down a quarter of the way, then come back up and squeeze, then go back down a quarter again, and then come back up and get a really good solid squeeze at the top, totaling for 3 contractions per rep. These are brutal even with a dumbbell, so I really like to make sure that I try to go slow and get good pauses at the top when I'm using a dumbbell, just to really make sure I'm getting the most out of every single rep.
No waterfall, ISO. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, ain't ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. ISO. I played a cut with my homies, dressed in all black and we cozy.
The next exercise is a solo one because I think we can all agree that Bulgarian split squats are brutal as is. Since we used a reverse lunge earlier to emphasize the glutes, we are going to do a quad bias form for the Bulgarian split squats. So to do that, you want to have a narrow stand/stride and stay as upright as possible throughout. So what helps with that is to hold the dumbbell as I am up against your chest. It really does help for those of you who struggle with staying upright. The main goal is to have that stride space between your legs very minimal so that as you move down, you can really get good quad extension because your knee will be forced to drive forward further to keep you as upright as possible as you are moving down. So that extra knee travel, allowing the quad to lengthen further, is what makes this quad focused. So you're going to do 10 reps per side for these. And again, these are solo dolo, so no superset here.
Can't say you know, you gotta show me. I ain't with my guys, then I'm dolly. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, they don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz, or catch my bitch. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, they don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz, or catch my bitch. We on a rise like emoji eyes, you know that they be preying. Stashing the guap, setting up shop. I got a plan, is you ready or not? Puffing this plant, rising my stock, force on my hand, they moving wide. Don't gotta scam, don't gotta hop. I turn styles, screw it and chop. Shout out big bro, he call me Ock. Keeping it safe, we got it on lock. This is a whole mood like O2. I told Missy to work it. She got that soul food, I'm so full. She get busy for certain. This is a whole mood like O2. I told Missy to work it. She got that soul full, I'm so full. She get busy for certain. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, they don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz or catch my.
And lastly, you will end with single leg pause calf raises for 2 sets of 20 reps. I like to get at least a full second pause before going back down, even if my calf starts to Charlie horse midway through and you just pretend like everything's fine. So you're going to do 2 sets of 20 and then that is the entire workout. So this workout is a great example of how you can totally get the job done with just dumbbells. It's all about utilizing different movements to emphasize different muscle groups, implementing various techniques like pauses and slow eccentrics, and just doing what you can with what you got. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this workout. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.
Ain't no vibe like this, don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz or catch my bitch. I'm in a cut with my homies, I'm in a cut with my homies.